So as many of you know, the Mediterranean diet is considered to be one of the healthiest in the world, and with good reason why. Fresh ingredients, honest flavors, and absolutely no processed foods. Anyways, with that being said, today we're making a classic Mediterranean dish that's truly packed with so much goodness. We're talking Mediterranean style fish with rice. And because this dish has layer upon layer of so many great flavors, it's made with the simplest ingredients. And the best part, it's all done in just 30 minutes. Folks, serve this dish next to a crunchy baguette and a bottle of Spanish white wine. More specifically, an albariño from Rías Baixas, you're gonna have yourself one heck of a delicious meal. All right, let's just jump right into this. I'm gonna heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in a generous 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 35 milliliters. While the oil is heating, I'm gonna finely chop 1 small onion, roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic, and finely chop 1 carrot that's been peeled. Then we'll add the chopped vegetables into the hot fry pan. And we'll mix them around. That way they're all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I always like to mix this around continuously. That way everything evenly sautés. After 3 to 4 minutes, and the veggies are lightly sautéed, I'm going to pinch in a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. Link where you can get the golden saffron I'm using in the description box below. We'll also add in 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme, which is 1/2 gram. And season generously with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix, that way the spices and herbs are well mixed into the vegetables. Then we'll add in 2 cups of water, which is 480 milliliters. You can also use broth here if you like. I just prefer to use water in this recipe, that way that liquid doesn't overpower the delicate flavors of the dish. And then we'll turn it up to a high heat and give it a gentle mix. In the meantime, let's start getting our rice ready. I'm going to add in 1 cup of long grain rice into a fine sieve, which is 190 grams, and rinse it under some water until it starts running clear underneath, which takes about 1 to 2 minutes. To make this recipe, you can use whatever rice you like. Just make sure to check the package instructions, that way your liquid to rice ratios are right on the money. Once the water comes to a boil in the pan, we'll add in the rice. And we'll give it 1 final mix, that way all the ingredients are evenly distributed. And then we'll place a lid on the pan and lower the fire to a low-medium heat, and we're going to simmer this for about 15 minutes or until that rice is just cooked through. In the meantime, let's start prepping and cooking our fish. I'm going to grab a non-stick grilling pan and heat it with a medium heat. If you don't have a grilling pan, just use a standard non-stick fry pan. In the meantime, I'm going to add in 2 cod fillets over some paper towels and pat them completely dry. The size of the fillets that I'm using are 8 ounces, which is 225 grams each. As always, I'm using cod that I bought frozen and thawed out, but you can also use the fresh stuff here, as well as any other type of firm white fish. Then we'll drizzle each fillet with a kiss of extra virgin olive oil and rub it all over the fillets. And then we'll season them with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And you want to do this on both sides. Once the grilling pan is nice and hot, it's been heating between 7 to 8 minutes, we'll add in the cod fillets. And we're going to go for about 3 minutes per side here until the fish is perfectly cooked through. The thickness of the fillets I'm using are 1/2 inch, which is about 1.25 centimeters. If you're using thinner fillets, go for about 2 minutes per side, and if they're thicker, do about 4 minutes per side. After a total cooking time of 6 to 7 minutes, and those cod fillets are perfectly cooked through, we'll remove them from the pan and cover them with some foil paper so they stay nice and warm. Then we'll immediately move back to the rice. It's been simmering for about 15 minutes, and as you can see, there's virtually no liquid left, meaning that rice should be perfectly cooked through. For the final step, I'm going to add in 1/3 cup of frozen peas, which is 55 grams. And you want to make sure to evenly spread them around. And then we'll place the lid back on the pan and remove it from the heat and let it sit between 2 to 3 minutes. This is enough time for those peas to be nice and tender, and it's also going to ensure that each grain of rice is perfectly cooked through. After 2 to 3 minutes, we'll remove the lid, and using a fork, we'll gently fluff the rice. This is to help separate the grains. Then we'll transfer some of the rice into a serving dish. Top it off with one of the fillets of fish. And we'll garnish with some lemon wedges and some fresh parsley. Check it out, Mediterranean style fish and rice. Beautiful presentation, the simplest ingredients, and all done in just 30 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. As always, folks, now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's see how this tastes. Hold on. Swapping out the fork for the spoon. A lot easier to grab and eat. Here we go. That right there is what Mediterranean goodness is all about. You know, like I told you at the beginning, the Mediterranean kitchen, fresh ingredients, honest flavors, and absolutely no processed food in there. This dish hits it on all cylinders. Give it a try at home. Once again, next to a crunchy baguette and a bottle of Spanish white wine. More specifically, in Alvarinho from Rías Baixas, you're gonna have yourself one heck of a delicious meal. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Marco Steenbergen, Holly Parker, Rogelio Jr. Rivera, and Elaine Engros. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.